Welcome back everyone to Goopa Troopa, coming back at you with another pre-release video, more of an analysis on how I did at the Marvel Superheroes pre-release. Wanted to go over some things that I learned about the set, some things that went well, some things that didn't go well. Yeah, so let's hop into it. So one of the first packs that I opened was the mythic that I received was Monica Rambeau. This card is extremely strong. Flying Prowess, transforms into Monica Rambeau, activate only as a sorcery. And when she transforms, she gets the Hexproof along with the Flying and Prowess. And then whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control. So when she turns into Photon, pretty much you're going to start, wheeling the game, kind of taking up a big lead. Now, I was dissuaded by using this card only because the other promo that I had pulled with the pre-release was Mjolnir. When I first looked at Mjolnir, it was great. It was a removal spell. It also gave your creature double strike because it was an equipment. The part that I didn't read very well that I should have read much better was that Mjolnir only can be equipped to a worthy creature. So that would be anything that is white and or red. So Monica Rambeau would fall into that category and is a non-villain. The problem with this deck was everything else in here is a villain. So, except for War Machine. So, yeah, it didn't work out very well for me. I had to switch up this deck. I ended up switching in the Herbie as a replacement to Mjolnir whenever I realized that it was bad synergy. Black Widow Double Agent. This card is really good, especially with the attack one or attack alone deck. So I was going with the white-black strategy. The nice thing about Black Widow is that if you equipped a bunch of equipment to her, she has Death Touch, so it causes your opponents to kind of really have to think about who they want to block with, if they want to block with anything. And then she has First Strike and Menace, which means that if she has First Strike and Death Touch, pretty much anything that she touches for the first combat step for the first strikers, all of those immediately die to Death Touch unless they have Indestructible. The Menace also helps out because it makes it so that your opponent must choose two creatures that they need to block with. Winter Soldier. This one was also really good. He spirals out of control if you start adding a bunch of equipment to him. He also can come back if you end up discarding him or scrying him. So one good way to kind of run this deck is to actually mill him if you've got a surveil tactic, and then send him to the grave, and then whenever you're ready, pull him out, and then you get to attach an equipment you control to him. Okay, Kree Commandos. This one was actually really good. I mean, 3-drop that has Flying, Vigilance, and Prowess. Yes, it's a 2/1, but I mean, with it having Flying, it was just able to get over everything, and most things it didn't really want to attack through, especially because if they only had 2 toughness, this card could definitely block it, which, it's kind of a trickery thing there. One thing I did notice about the set was a lot of the creatures have Flying, which makes it really tough to kind of work around. So Kree Commandos helps out with any of those like blue-white strategies that are constantly throwing in flyers. Rocks and Brutes. I mostly picked this one just because it's a 4/4 with Menace. Really, your opponents really have to block this thing. Otherwise, 4 to the face is putting people on a pretty short clock. The additional ability, whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Unfortunately, I did not pick to run the draw 2 strategy, but I think the cards that I pulled from pre-release I probably could have. I'll probably do another video where I go over that. The basic land cycling also helps out a lot, especially when you're looking for ways to get your red pip for your Monica. Baron Strucker, because most of the creatures in this deck that I built were villains, he came in really handy, and then also any villain that enters, you can have it connive, but you can only do it once per turn, but that's fine, because most of the time you're using the one less to cast a creature and then have an additional spell as a backup. Swordsman Sharp Scoundrel. This one was good for just adding equipment. Really helped out a lot, especially when you just needed to equip one of your equipped spells to a target. Ninja of the Hand. This was good only because it had Death Touch. The second ability, the power up cost, I probably only used once. Red Guardian Super Soldier. This one was really good, actually. When Red Guardian enters, destroy target creature and opponent controls that dealt damage this turn. Because it has Flash, it made it a lot easier to just cast this at the end of your opponent's turn, get rid of a creature that's on their side of the field, and kind of move on to the next one. So good form of removal for this limited set. White Widow Free Agent. This one was good, mostly in case you needed to get an artifact or an enchantment back. I didn't find myself using the second ability as much as I did the first one, the putting 2 +1/+1 counters on each of up to 2 target creatures. Good for just building up a bunch of +1/+1 counter creatures. When this creature, Red Room Recruit. So I ended up pulling 2 of these. I used both of them. This creature enters with it connives. Good for opening the game with that. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., again, helping out with the attack alone strategy, just giving your creature +1/+1 until end of turn. Unliving Legionnaire. I'm going to be honest, I really didn't like this card. It had flying, which was nice, but the power-up ability just cost way too much. 7-drop to return 1 target creature from a graveyard to your hand, and then you get to put 2 +1/+1 counters on this creature. Nice, except 7-drop just to cast that ability. I mean, you can technically cast Living Legionnaire and discount the 4 from it, but you it still costs another 3 for that turn. So 7 total for the whole turn was just a little too much. I think this card is very underpowered. War Machine, Legacy of Iron. This card was great for the single attackers just because its ability gives it +X/+O until end of turn, where X is War Machine's power. You're usually just giving it +1/+1, but if you start having War Machine take on some of those +1/+1 counters, then it can start pumping up your single attacker by more. And then Herbie Scout Unit. I originally did not have this one. Molnir was in this spot. The only reason why I switched Molnir out was after I had read it towards the end of building the deck time. I realized that I had read Molnir wrong and needed to switch it out with something, so I switched it in with this. Okay, so those are the creatures. What we're going to go over next are the enchantment spells, the spells that are enchantments, artifacts, and instants and sorceries, just kind of that extra category, the non-creature ones. So Shield, Spy Kit, great card for the attack alone strategy. The one thing that this did do well that helped me out was against a Sentry. If you don't know what Sentry does, Sentry actually it creates a void token for your opponent whenever you cast it, and the void token says that it has flying, indestructible, and every time it can attack, it must within the combat step. So an opponent played Sentry, gave me the void. I ended up equipping Shield Spy Kit to the void, which made it so that whenever the void attacked, it would untap itself, and I got to scry one. It was a great workaround strategy. The problem was that I was not able to actually get rid of Sentry in a fast enough amount of time, the opponent kind of ramped up their field a little bit too quickly for me. So great overall, I would say. Not great if you're trying to win the game faster. Okay. Vibranium energy daggers. That was the next one. Indestructible. The one thing to keep in mind about this is it's indestructible for this equipment. It's not indestructible for whatever creature it's equipped to. Equipped creature gets +2/+2, which is great. When you're attacking alone and you get the +2/+2, your creature is really strong. The only issue that I really had with this was pay 1 to drop it, so you could drop it on your first turn, which is great. But the equip for 3, you have to wait 2 or 3 turns before you can equip it, and by then it's really not doing much for you, especially when most of the creatures that you're going up against are all flying. Cruel Alliance. I needed to add some removal to this deck. One thing that I've noticed is anytime you're running any decks that are a little slower, you need a little bit more removal. So I was running Cruel Alliance. You can exile target creature with mana value 3 or less. The spell was cast using Teamwork. Instead, exile target creature and you gain 3 life. The nice thing about this is you can get rid of Sentry. But you have to use the Teamwork cost. Sentry does have, I believe it's 5 pips in order to cast it. So you have to use the Teamwork ability, which most of the time you'll have something out on field to be able to pay that Teamwork cost. Dark Deed, another good way to try to remove anything on field. Because you're giving a creature -4/-4 until end of turn, you can get rid of creatures with indestructible. So this does help out a lot. The only problem is Sentry is a 5/5, so you have to figure out how to get rid of the last -1/-1, or you need to bounce Sentry back to the deck or the hand. Okay, Too Evil to Stay Dead. This one was really good just to get a creature back. I used it without the Teamwork cost almost every single time. I think this card is actually great, especially for this deck, because you really want to recur the creatures that are using the equipment more often, and you can recur a lot more. Dependable Quinjet. This one I mostly use for the adding the mana, just because adding that 1 red mana for Monica was going to help out a lot. And then the Burrow backup. This card I saw only once. Mostly wanted to use it for the basic land cycling, just to get that red mana if I needed it. And then I think I only pulled off the create 2 3/2 white hero creature tokens with vigilance only once. This card probably would have been okay with Mjolnir, just because you get at least 2 heroes that you could use to work with it. But rarely did I see both this and Mjolnir in hand at a mid-game step. The only time I saw both of them in hand was in an opening hand, and with the colors of this deck, was not going to go my way. Okay, and the last thing we're going to go over are the lands. Surveillance Room. I ended up using this just to get that Surveil 1. Also, you could add 1 mana of any color by paying an additional 1. So if I needed the red pip, I could use it. Most of the time I was using this just to get that Surveil cost. Fisk Tower. So this card helped out a lot. Having the black and the white pip options for mana was great. And then, of course, all the plains and all the swamps, and then the 1 mountain to try to work with Mjolnir and Monica. Okay, so that was it for this one. If you found these videos helpful, let me know. If you think I need to go over some more information about cards that these cards go well against, cards that don't have good matchups against other cards, or maybe you need a strategy of how do I work around one color with another, I can try to do videos on those, try to help you guys out. All right, thanks for watching. Tagging out.